After the events surrounding the cursed ring, life seemed to settle for Sarah and Nick. However, the peace was short-lived. Rumours about Fatima's fortune began to emerge. An unhappy former employee of her husband Leo revealed a shocking truth. He was not just a businessman, but was involved in illegal activities that supported part of their extravagant lifestyle. Her husband faced numerous legal troubles, and their assets were frozen. Fatima, unable to accept the damage to her reputation, became consumed by anger and paranoia. She convinced herself that Sarah had been spreading rumors about her and husband's illegal dealings, and this assumption fueled her rage. "Nick is a thief," Fatima began telling their mutual friends. "He stole money from me, and Sarah helped him cover it up." The accusations spread quickly, tarnishing Sarah and Nick's reputations. Sarah, initially unaware of the rumors, began to notice her friends treating her differently. Whispers behind her back grew louder, and social invitations became limited. When confronted by a mutual friend, Sarah's anger boiled over. "Enough," she declared. "I'll tell you all the truth about that ring and what really happened." At the next gathering of their social circle, Sarah took a deep breath and laid everything bare. She recounted how Charlene had found the ring, how it had been forgotten in her home, and how Nick had been secretly using the money without her knowledge, and the terrifying events that unfolded when the ring revealed its true nature. "Fatima's ring wasn't just jewelry," Sarah explained. "It was cursed. It brought us money, but at a terrible cost. Nick and I barely survived it." "What do you mean it brought you money?" one asked. "The ring would transform into a snake, and the snake would spit out lots of money," Sarah responded. "And this money was funding their luxurious lifestyle." "Ah," some gasped, looking toward where Fatima sat. The revelation shocked everyone. Some whispered to each other. Fatima, who had been sitting quietly, turned red with fury. "So now you're blaming me for your lies?" she spat. "That ring was stolen, and you've made up this story to cover your tracks." But the damage was done. The truth, as Sarah told it, resonated with their friends, and Fatima's reputation took a serious blow. Humiliated and enraged, she stormed out of the gathering, vowing revenge. In the weeks that followed, Fatima became consumed by her desire for revenge. She began plotting ways to destroy Sarah's life, leveraging her remaining connections to spread even more damning accusations. "She's a liar," Fatima hissed to one mutual friend. "And her husband is a criminal. How do we know they didn't orchestrate this entire story to cover their theft?" Meanwhile, Sarah and Nick tried to move on, but the tension was obvious. The once close-knit social group was now divided, with loyalty split between the two women. Fatima's relentless campaign began to take its toll, and Sarah found herself questioning whether the truth was worth the chaos it had unleashed. Fatima's thirst for vengeance led her down a dangerous path. She sought out shady individuals from her husband's past, hoping to uncover anything she could use against Sarah and Nick. What she found was far worse than she had anticipated. Among her husband's hidden dealings were people who thrived on manipulation and violence. Unbeknownst to Fatima, her efforts to dig up dirt on Nick had put her in the crosshairs of dangerous individuals, and while she continued her campaign against Sarah, these new players began to weave their own plans, setting the stage for a confrontation that neither Sarah nor Fatima could have foreseen. As tensions escalated, strange occurrences began to plague Sarah's home. Anonymous letters, veiled threats, and unexplained vandalism left Sarah and Nick on edge. They couldn't prove Fatima was behind it, but the timing was too coincidental to ignore. Sarah Pastor encouraged her to remain calm and continue praying for peace, and suggested they temporarily move out until things calm down, but Sarah's patience was wearing thin. "I've done nothing wrong," she told Nick, "but Fatima won't stop until she destroys us." Nick, still guilt-ridden from his earlier deception, vowed to protect Sarah at all costs. Little did they know, the danger they faced went far beyond Fatima's anger. Fatima, emboldened by her perceived power, set her plan into motion. But as her actions grew more reckless, the people she had allied herself with began to turn on her. Promises of help turned into demands for money, and lots of money. And when Fatima couldn't deliver, the tables quickly turned. One fateful night, Fatima's home was ransacked by the very individuals she had trusted. Left with nothing, she finally realized the depths of her mistake. Meanwhile, Sarah and Nick found solace in their faith and the strength of their renewed bond. In the end, Fatima's desire for vengeance led to her own downfall. Isolated and defeated, she reached out to Sarah, not for reconciliation, but to admit her mistakes. Sarah, though scarred by the ordeal, chose forgiveness. "I won't let your anger define me," Sarah said, "but I hope you find peace." Fatima, now humbled, disappeared from the spotlight, while Sarah and Nick rebuilt their lives, stronger than before. Sarah, though scarred by the ordeal, found peace in knowing she had chosen forgiveness over retaliation. The two women parted ways, each carrying the weight of their choices, but finding paths to healing in their own ways. The moral of the story here demonstrates revenge and false accusations, as shown in this story, only lead to destruction and loneliness. Fatima's refusal to let go of her anger and her choice to lie about Sarah and Nick harmed others and ultimately caused her own downfall. When someone seeks revenge, they often ignore the consequences of their actions, creating a cycle of conflict that breaks trust and relationships. This story emphasizes the need to face issues with honesty and integrity rather than deceit. False accusations can damage lives and reputations, but the truth, even if it hurts, is freeing. Sarah's choice to tell the truth and forgive Fatima highlights the power of choosing peace over revenge. The lesson here is that holding on to anger and seeking revenge only poisons the soul. Instead, embracing forgiveness, hard work, and faith can help mend even the most broken parts of life. These values not only heal personal wounds, but also stop others from being affected by the cycle of hatred and lies. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate your support. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel. It would make our day. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until then, see you in the next video.